With what? You need. Oh, okay. Tell me I'm here for you, Kurt. Okay, so your brother keeps pissing and pooing in the cat litter box, and he won't stop. And the entire house smells. Okay, okay. Okay, so here's what you want to do. You're gonna call um you're gonna call a child psychologist, a child therapist, and then you're gonna get your brother to the child therapist. And the child therapist is gonna get him an give him an advice on how to potty train, right? Then when your brother is potty trained, what you're gonna do is first you need to send him to school, and then second, what you do is you place the litter box next to the toilet. You place it next to the toilet, and then on top of the toilet, and then you train him to associate the peeing place with the toilet. And eventually you're gonna have the cat litter box in a separate okay, you go to a separate the litter box, you put it in a separate place, and then once he has associated the toilet place with the litter box place, he's gonna need to go to the toilet. And then once he is there and he knows no litter box, there's nothing, then you lock it. You lock it from the inside, so he has to go there, right? You lock him in in his own shit, so he has to go in the toilet. That's what you do. You lure him in and you lock him up. That's what you do. Right? Yeah, so a diagnosis is not really. You don't need a diagnosis, you only need to get the input. Okay. They might have ideas that you don't have, but the fact of the matter is first you need to, since he associates peeing and pooping with the litter box, you need to have the litter box near the toilet. So he also associates the peeing and pooping with the toilet. And that's the first step. That's very, very important. And now I'm repeating myself again. Yeah, maybe this is important. Very, 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 very important. Right? Then you use this association to lure him to the toilet, because that's the pooping peeing place. But then you make sure the litter box is not there. Then you lock him in the toilet, and then he has to go in the toilet. There's no other choice. You have to force him in the toilet. Okay, better in a litter box. Yes, so exactly. So you have to get the litter box in a place where he cannot reach it. It's similar to, right, the small children. They like to drink the bleach, so you have to keep the bleach away, put it high. So you have to make sure the litter box is in a place where he cannot get. Well, okay. Imagine this. Do you think a human is more agile or a kitty? Right? Do you think there are places where only the kitty can get, but not the human? Okay, you get rid of all of them except for one, and you put the one in a little shack with a small hole in the bottom that's too small for a human to get in. Yeah, but so you get rid of them, and then you make sure you contact all of the people that sell litter boxes so he cannot buy any of them, right? He cannot buy any of them. You have to make it impossible for him to get his hands on a litter box. Since he already knows how to use the toilet, then you have to get rid of any availability of any litter box at all. Well, that's not really a problem. If he asks you to pee, then you have to consider this, right? If you say no, I don't want to pee, it's disgusting to pee in the litter box. Yeah, then it might hurt your relationship. So you have to consider that hurting your relationship. But also, if you say yes, what are the what comes with that, right? If you say yes, maybe it shatters your dignity. It makes you it shatters what made you good in the first place, so you might not want to do that. Okay. Do you value your brother more than hygiene and your dignity? That's the consideration here. And so he thinks it would make him feel good, but how does he know if it would make him feel good if you didn't pee? Or did you pee with him? Because that's a little odd, you know. He might be a little off the rockers. Ah, so he took your pants off and forced you to pee with him. What? And he locked the door. Are you good, mate? Are you good, mate? Anyway, so, and what happened? Did you pee with him or no? Did you not pee? Because I don't think it's. I think if he forces you to do and take your pants off. Yeah, I mean everybody's seen their brother's penis before. I mean, I've seen my brother's penis before when I was 5 years old, maybe. But right, when you okay, when he forces you to take your pants off, that's or that's maybe that's something. Let me guess. Maybe it's worth getting a. All right, that's a little odd. Yeah, yeah, that's a little odd. Okay, maybe then this might be the solution. All right, you ask your parent or parents. Maybe it's time for your brother to move out. He's 22. Maybe does he have a job? 23. Does he have a job? Um, your parents said that. Wait, how old are you, bruh? How old are you? First off, what? You're 14. And your parents said yes, that's fine. Hmm? Alright. Okay. Do you have any... Do you have any family members? Like an uncle or aunt or your grandparents? No, not at all. Nothing. Nothing at all. No, nothing. Right. And so you have your your parents and brother are all supportive of you peeing with your brother, but you don't like it. And when you say I don't like it, then they say you have to do it anyway. So they force you to. They force you to. Right? Because your brother forces you to, and then your parents, also force you to if they support it, right? Ah, okay. So you have to convince them that it's not a joke. Let's see, how do you do that? Maybe you ask them to stay around and see. First, you ask them, right? This happened. I can prove it, right? I can prove it. And you try to look for proof, some way to prove it. Or you ask this, ask them hypothetically, if it's not a joke, if it's not a joke at all, how would you think about it? That's also something to ask. Hmm? Wait, but that's illegal. You can't you can't drink that, okay? You can't drink the juice. Don't drink the penis juice. That's not what you're supposed to do, okay? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. That's not I don't know. I can't interpret it from the chat. But right, when you don't drink the penis juice, because let's say if just from this I see the word penis juice, I think that's body fluid, and you shouldn't drink other people's body fluid. That's not very healthy. Also, you should definitely ask your parents and say, yeah, this is true, right? True, this is real. And ask them to make him stop, right? To make your brother stop with this. If that doesn't work, right? Then you ask somebody else. If it keeps going, if he forces you to, that's illegal, you know that. It's illegal, so you go to the police. You go to the police. What keeps going? It keeps going? What keeps going? Yeah, but water doesn't come from the penis, man. Is that pee? If it's clear, it's pee. But yeah, so don't drink that shit. Don't drink that shit. Anyway, so what you do? Okay, so it's cum then, but don't drink cum. Okay, don't drink cum. You very important. You go to your parent. It's come. You go to your parent and you ask to make him stop this, right? You ask him. If this doesn't help, you look for proof, and then you go to the police. You go to the police because, right? Look at this. Where are you from? Where are you from? No, it doesn't even matter. Okay, when you have people. Pakistan. Right. When you have your, right, you have people and you want to see them naked, right? Yeah, you want to see them naked. You can't force them to be naked. That's not good. You can't do that. So the police doesn't work. Corrupt. Why? Because your brother pays them. Is there any reason for them to help, to be more? Your brother pays them. Is your brother some important person? Some politician guy? But he does pay them. He's rich. Wait, what the fuck? Why is there a black bar at the bottom? Anyway. Right, okay. So number one things to take away from this. The litter box thing, that doesn't matter. Right? Okay, so I think you have a little bit of a thing that's not really right here, right? You have the thing switched around. Okay, it's fine for him to pee in the litter box. It's pretty disgusting. He should pee in the toilet, but it's okay for him to pee in the litter box. That's not the problem here, right? The problem is you should not drink the juice. That's not good. You should not drink the juice. Second, he should not force you to pee in the litter box. That's also not good. Those two things, that's not good. Okay? So, if the police doesn't work, you ask your parents. Very important. You ask your parents. Again, you ask them to make him not do this shit. To make him not give you the juice and ask you to drink it. Because you don't drink that. And you don't pee in the litter box with him, okay? That's two things you don't do. Second, if your cousin is mature, ask your cousin too. And if you have any other people like teachers, ask them too. Any adult that's not your brother, ask them too. What the fuck? Yes, so okay. So if it's just water and something else, you probably shouldn't drink it. Well, You probably shouldn't drink that. And he never forced you, but you said earlier he forced you. But he never forced you. They just begged. Okay, if it's just pineapple, then that's fine. If it's pineapple juice, then it's okay. Yeah, so no. So, if he took your pants off, and he forced you to take your pants off, then that's not okay, man. You can't have him force you to take the pants off. That's not okay. Also, dude, pineapple water is not sticky. The only thing that's sticky is the yogurt milk. You know the milk? There's another milk variant, and that's the yogurt milk. It's kinda sour. It tastes sour. It's a bit like yogurt, but watery. But it's not that, right? What did it taste like? Um, Bruv. Yeah, dude, you're 14 and you don't know what this means. Okay, so, brother, you go. When it comes to having people do things, right? We do things naked, right? Naked, having naked, any naked, and drinking the juice, whatever you penis juice. Okay, that's naked, right? Its penis is naked, right? If you want to force someone, or if you ask someone to be naked, and they say, "Yeah, that's okay. I consent." That means it's okay. That means then it's okay, right? When you say it's okay, then it's okay. But when it's not, when you say no, it's not okay, then they can't do that. If they do, that's illegal. So you sweet and it means if you say I consent, that means yes, that's okay. If for example, if I if if someone asks me, do you want to drive a car very fast, and I say yeah, I consent, then it means that I said yes, I want to drive the car very fast with you. That's what I consent means. It means yes, it's okay. Okay, your dad is autistic. These are coming very the plot points all over the place. And your mom. What about your mom? All right, give me the details. The the whole squad, the whole family. Give me the details. Dad is autistic. Prostitute. That's someone who has sex with people for money. Okay. Yeah. So your dad is autistic. Your mom is a prostitute. Then your brother is a weirdo pedophile, and then your cousin. What about your cousin? What about your cousin? What about your cousin? Hey, wait, let me look this up. Pakistan. You're wait, so you're 14, which means, right? I just looked it up. There's in Pakistan there's a thing of consent, right? But you have to be married to do the consent thing, right? And you said you consent, but are you married with your brother? Are you married to your brother? No, so then the consent thing doesn't work, right? Because you cannot consent to, in Pakistan, you cannot consent to anyone you're not married to. So even though you said you consent, it doesn't work like that in Pakistan. It doesn't work, right? In Pakistan, that doesn't work like that. So it doesn't matter. The consenting is irrelevant. What he did is not okay. He cannot do that. So you ask your cousin, because your cousin is, you have a sister as well. And your sister is how old? 17. Okay. Anyway. And I assume your sister's not rich at all? Your sister is rich. Alright. Okay, so you go. Okay, so ask first your cousin. Ask your cousin if you can get in contact with him. Ask him to pay the police whenever you ask the police to get your brother. Right? You ask your cousin to pay the police whenever you ask the police to get your brother. Yes. If that doesn't work, if you can't get in contact, ask your sister or your mama or your papa. Okay, yes, so that probably doesn't work. Then you ask your father and mother for the same thing. You ask them to pay up. Your sister brings you into her room. Uh-huh. And what about your sister? Dude, she stands and shakes her butt in your face. And you... What? Okay, so... Okay, so your sister is just like your brother then. Right? Your sister is just like your brother then. It's the same. Right? And your parents, what about your parents? Do they... And she makes you stand. Yeah, so that's not okay. You cannot touch. Okay. Let me put this out for you. When you ask people to touch each other in the penis or to be naked around each other, there has to be a thing called a consent. You need to consent, right? Both of you need to consent. And the party who instigates it, who starts to do this, is automatically has to consent. The other party, that is you have to consent. The thing is, since you're... Yeah, so that doesn't matter. You're touching the penis, that's not good. Right? The thing is, when you are not married in Pakistan, because you're in Pakistan, right? When you're not married, you cannot consent. Which means that whenever your brother and sister either force you to be naked or touch your penis, that's illegal. They cannot do that. That's illegal. Right? That's illegal. So you have to get the police to lock them up. So, since the police is corrupt, you need money. You need money, so you ask one of the people that is not your brother and not your sister. Yeah, it is a problem. When you're... So, it doesn't matter if it feels good or not. It's a problem, okay? It's a problem. So you ask your mother, your father, or that cousin who's in America to pay to make sure the police does catch your brother and sister, okay? Is that okay? Okay, your dad doesn't see the problem and says, okay, so tell him my advice. There's a problem, and tell your dad that he should get the police involved. And that stuff is normal for your mother. Yeah, that shouldn't be normal for your mother. What? So tell your mother as well, that's not normal. Because you're a little kid, and the little children shouldn't do that. Like, man, little children shouldn't do that, okay? So tell that to your mother. Right, because whenever you touch, it's a little bit different in Pakistan, but the fact is the same. Since you're a dude, you're a man, right? You're a boy. You can marry when you're 18, and in Pakistan, only when you're married you can do this stuff together. Otherwise, it's illegal. Yes, it's illegal in Pakistan when you don't... when you do this stuff when you're not married, right? That's illegal, and since you're not married, it's illegal. So it's a problem, which means the police need to get involved. And even if they're corrupt, there are ways to make them not corrupt by paying a bunch, right? You pay a bunch, and it's not corrupt. Well, it is corrupt, but you can fix the issue. You get me? You get me, right? Right, so let me put it together. Okay. Convince your mother and father that there's something wrong. That's step one. Second, make sure you get in contact with this cousin of yours because he's rich. He's very rich, right? So he can fix the corruption problem. There's the two problems here. The two problems are, the two steps you need to do to fix your problem is convince your parents, or is you need money, right? You need money to convince the police. And for the money, you need to get in contact with your cousin. And you need to get in contact with your cousin. You need your parents to see the issue. So first, convince your parents of the issue. Like I said, get in contact with your cousin, and then get your cousin in contact with the police, right? Because your cousin will fix the corruption issue, and then the police will get in action, right? After that, it's the police. They'll fix it, hopefully. And otherwise, just I don't know. I guess then, if all that doesn't work at all, try to get someone that you trust to fix it for you. And if that doesn't work, then you need to consider either you just deal with it, which you can't do, or you run away. So that's the second option. You just get away from your brother and sister. That's the two options if all that doesn't work. But that's if all that doesn't work. If all that does work, the police thing, get your cousin in contact with the police, get your parents in contact with your cousin, and then through your parents, through your cousin, you get to the police, okay? That's the main takeaway. If that doesn't work, anyone you trust, have them solve the issue. And if that doesn't work, then you consider just dealing with it or running away. But that's the last. That's your last line of defense, you know. And it's very important to get into your mind, right? When if you don't like something about your life, when there's something you don't like at all and you want to have changed, it's your life. The person that cares the most about your life is you. So when you want something really changed in your life, you have to take action yourself, even though you might not know what to do, or you can't for whatever reason. Whatever you can do it. If there's something, it's always important that when you go on in life, you always start to work up to something better. Improve your life. Help the people that you like and are around you and that help you. Help yourself. Be a better person. Be virtuous. Yeah, that's really it, I guess. And have children if you want to. I guess that's everything you should ever do in your life summarized. Or just be a lazy fucking bum like me. Talking to some fucking guy. Some RP guy. Jesus, man.